delicious co-creators, Lilou here on the beautiful, magnificent island of Maui in Hawaii with delicious Ramdas. Oh my goodness.
The ocean, the sun, the air, and you and me, wow.
Our heart is filled.
Just together.
So, by Delicious Co-Creators, you know Ramdas. Of course you know Ramdas. This is, you wrote a book in 1971, if I'm correct. It's called Be Here Now. And I've seen you lately on some webcasts with Eckhart Tolle and Dr. Wayne Dyer. And by the way, Wayne, I want to thank you so much for this beautiful new connection. I'm very grateful to be here with you today. What I love is that you're this pioneer and you have shown the way to so many people by leading by example, by showing how transformation is possible. You were not born as Ramdas, yet we call you now all Ramdas, Baba Ramdas. Could you tell us if this transformation you feel we can all live this transformation? Is it accessible to all of us?
It's all of us have spirit inside of us. Most of us look for it outside. What's inside you is inside me. It's inside the one. I learned to go inside. I learned by my psychology. I was a teacher of psychology. I learned from psychedelics, LSD and so on. And I learned from my guru. And then he mirrored my soul, and once I found my soul, there was no stopping me. Then everything I loved. I loved the walls and the clouds, and love you and love me. Oh, it was just it's such a place to be. I was down here instead of down there. Here was the ego, and here was the real self. Here was the real self. And I've just been luxuriating in that real self. It's yum, 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 yum.
It's juicy.
Juicy. It is juicy.
So being here now and being in the heart, be loved now, is the same.
It is the same. When you go into the moment, ultimately you come to the spirit, and the spirit is all love. It's all compassion. It's all peace. It's all joy.
Do you feel that we all need gurus or mentors and coaches? Because there's a lot of people that look for always the answer again outside, until the moment where you found that you were connected to your soul and you found that your soul was back home, and then you could lead your own path. Is it?
I followed the path of psychedelics and guru. That's not for everybody. Everybody has the guru inside. You can hear, identified with, this is who you think you are, and then you go down to who you really are. You can do this first. I am loving awareness. 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 I am loving. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. And then as you get identified with that, that is your soul. And the soul is different from the incarnation. The body and the ego is all part of the incarnation. Mm-hmm. The soul has incarnations and incarnations and incarnations from the past, and the soul just goes into this incarnation, and the soul doesn't care about dying or being born. That's just it's been born and died by and wow. And the soul lives in eternity. Is eternity.
Limitless.
We in this incarnation live in time and space. The soul doesn't live in time and space, and just like to live free. And why go? It's inside. The Guru, God, the true self, all that. Just wow.
So there is, for us, it's just being in the now, being in the heart, feeling this magnificence that we are incarnated here on this planet, not feeling limited by this body, just being and honoring really this presence.
That's just right on. But for example, I'm in a wheelchair and I have a stroke. My body has a stroke. The stroke and the body is all my environment. It's I'm not. It's all grace. It's all grace.
Despite of the difficulties, it's all grace?
It's all grace. Everybody treated me like, oh, that stroke, oh. And I found it from my guru. This is grace. It's just taught me so much. And I learned how to be quiet. Be quiet. And I used to fly around all the time when I was in the early days. And now I don't fly anymore. I'm an island boy, and I'm just learning to. I'm 81, which really, yeah.
Yeah. There is no end to this appreciation, to this grace, to this love. Huh? You keep on going deeper and deeper.
Deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The grace is just thick, thick. Just here, you and me and the audience. Isn't this grace? Isn't this grace?
I love to hear when you say thickness of it, because it's nearly palpable when we're deeply in it, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh,
It's juicy.
It's juicy. Yes, yes.
Do you feel to access this, there is some conditions or things to do, or we can all do it even if we don't live in Maui, Hawaii?
Want to go to the grace, go first the moment, this moment, and just borrow into the moment, this moment, this moment. Wow. Yes. And go deeper and deeper in the moment. And then appreciate the love and the awareness of you. I am aware this moment, this moment, this moment. And there will be no end to the grace. It's just so, wow. You just bathe in it. It's like an ocean. Mm. It's like an ocean. It's you swim in it.
Do we really need to do anything, or when we're at that place, like right now you're on Maui and kind of everything comes to you, is that the same in life? Once we're in this space, then we don't need to do so much?
Doing is up there.
Yeah.
Being is up here. All one has to do is be. Just be in the moment. Be, get being and being and being. Being. That's it.
It's the I am that I am presence. It's the, as Wayne Dyer also said in his book that I'm reading right now, Wish is Fulfilled, I am God. We are gods.
That's exactly what we have down there. I am God. I am the one. I am the one. Down here is God, is Guru, and self. Mm. But most people don't even know that this exists in themselves. All they know is this. Mm. And this is, and I never knew when I was a psychologist at Harvard. I thought it was all here. I kept thinking, I'm missing something. I'm missing something inside. Hmm. And then I found it from psychedelics, and I found it from my guru.
The experience of psychedelic allowed you to feel the unity and the oneness, and that's what opened up kind of your channel back then?
Yes. Yes, I started to take the mushrooms, and I said, I'm home in myself. Oh my God, I'm home. And I thought there was somebody in the room, and I looked, and it was me. And me in my roles, roles, professor, of cello player, of this and that, and then I said, well, at least I have my body. And I looked down, and my eyes open. There was a couch and no body. And that was the psychedelics. And so I thought, wow, I better call Tim. And I said, who better called him? All the roles and the body, I thought, gee, there's something inside. And I thought, I rolled in the snow, and yum, yum, yum. And I thought, this is me. This is the I that I have been searching for. And from that point on, I knew that I had to go to India, because I knew that the people in the East knew these planes of consciousness. And I went, and then I found my guru, and he was the planes of consciousness. Yeah, because I was traveling with it before I got to him, and I was thinking about my mother, and she had died the night before, 6 weeks before, and the next day I went to the guru, and this man I didn't know, this man in the mountains, he said, you were thinking about your mother now. And I said, yes. He said, she died from spleen. She died. She got big in the belly. I said, yes. How did you know? Because he was my mother's spleen. He was everything else. Yeah. Yeah. And then I thought, oh my gosh, if he knew that, he'll know all this, my secrets, And I looked, and then I raised my head, and he was up here, and he looked directly in my eyes, and it was the first time I ever experienced unconditional love. Unconditional love. He said, I don't think all the things you think doesn't matter. I love you anymore. I love you. And he loved. And I stayed in India from that time for 6 months. And I just couldn't bear leaving him.
There's a lot of people that take the LSDs or the ayahuasca and try to always seek, and it feels like it's again on the outside. I need more, and I need to find myself and go deeper. And is that really a necessary process?
If you
what would you like to tell them? Because it's going a little bit too far, it feels sometimes, and of course there is some warnings here to be made.
Well, the thing is, once you get the message hang up the phone. One trip is everything, and when you take the psychedelic, it's they for motivations for getting inside and spirit. Don't ever get like involve people, and don't make it outside. That's a waste of psychedelics. And it's a medicine, and it reveals the spirit in you. So.
Because I remember somebody was making a movie, I think that is coming out, and where they were showing how even Jesus possibly, there was those kind of representations of mushrooms in the...
All the mystical societies have had mushroom stones and mushrooms throughout their history.
Wow. There's a lot of, I'm doing a lot of near-death experiences, 2 stories right now, and also people are having this instant connection. I feel it's more and more natural these days for people to spontaneously feel this unity. Do you feel this way too? Are you witnessing that?
It's very. I've been sitting at bedsides of people and death, because that's it's wonderful for me to go in that era to truth and spirit. So I go to the bedside, and I like a loving rock that they can push against, and I don't try to influence them. I let them do their own death, and just give them love. And if I can find my soul, I will be a mirror for them. And they were soul, and a soul does not get frightened with death.
You mean as we're embodying that in life, as we're being love, then we automatically give that to the other person that is there?
That's right.
So by being soul next to a person that is walking towards death, they're feeling it.
If I get my soul, I'd identify with my soul. All I'm mirroring from each person on the street, in the deathbed, I will give them a choice to come into their soul. Yeah.
The dolphins do that, don't they?
What?
The dolphins do that.
The dolphins they're wonderful.
Are they?
Yes.
Do you still get to swim with them?
Yeah, sure.
They're here everywhere. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have that presence.
Yeah.
Did you feel we're becoming dolphins like?
I wouldn't mind.
Reincarnated as a dolphin. What makes you the most joyful in life?
To see another soul flower. That really, oh boy. Oh boy,
When people get it.
when people get it, yeah, yeah.
Well, you have that presence that immediately, me sitting next to you right now, when you're in that presence, I feel it, and I'm there with you. It's such a wonderful, and you feel it too. Well, thank you so much, Ramdas, for this delicious moment. Is there something else that you would like to add?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Much love, my delicious co-creators from beautiful Maui with the dolphins and Ramdas. Mwah. I love you. Thank you for your support and your joy in sharing all these beautiful videos. Thank you. Bye.